fascinating matchup as they take on a wily veteran today in Chris Bassitt.
Yeah, Chris Bassitt's had a very good spring. This will be his 4th start, his 5th game overall. And the one thing that I really like about Bassitt, look at the strikeouts. 14 strikeouts.
Spring, and by all accounts, even though he's a natural shortstop, has acquitted himself very well at second base. As he looks at a first pitch strike from Bassitt, and we are nicely underway here in Dunedin.
Whether or not he's going to break with the team at second base, but he's going to be with him before too long.
Couldn't check on that swing, and it's
important how he keeps his hand in the right position.
Down and in,
this is a true definition of a pitcher,
yep.
Chris Bassitt. We mentioned his great career season last year.
If you're wondering about, well, why is Bassitt facing a team that's in the division? And sometimes teams will hold guys back, usually so long. He wants to go out and face major league caliber hitters. This one is lined up the middle past Bassitt, but playing right there is Bo Bichette, and he's safe.
He's saying Jackson Holliday beats it out. I mean, watch his effort out of the box. He hits a ground ball up the middle, and he's thinking about beating it at least and improve their game against the Orioles. Baltimore won 10 of 13 games against the Jays last year.
Yep, they are young, talented, and they. Another former first overall pick, of course, the regular catcher, one of the best in the game behind the plate for the Orioles. Coming north.
Yeah, if you're going to drive from Sarasota to Dunedin, maybe at 2 in the morning, you might make it in and out. Back.
Holliday not going, and it's outside 2-2. Alejandro Kirk behind the plate today for Bassitt, and obviously Kirk is going to be getting the lion's share with a fouled back, still 2-2, and Chris Bassitt is fully able to go about 80 to 85 pitches today, but he's already had 3-2. Holliday is running, and it's down and in ball 4, and the first 2 have reached for the Orioles.
Well, let's take a look at the defense. No errors and 128 starts in right field. Bichette kind of fell up the middle. Kevin Biggio, giving Vladdy a day at the DH spot, and Kirky behind the plate.
And here's Jordan Westburg. That one ran way in on him, and he fouled it off. Reigning American League Rookie of the Year. And then if Jackson Holliday is on the team, he can play second and short. And then they've got Julio Mateo and Ramon, as you can see. And then a little bit of time in the big leagues. Was not able to have a lot of success in the big leagues, but he was
staff.
Chased it, and it's 0-2.
Now, this is the one thing about Chris Bassitt. Bassitt right here.
And a swing and a miss. He tied him up. 2 down.
It makes the appropriate adjustments. This is that cut fastball right in on his hands, and the hitter can't catch up to it.
AAA. And he's another guy at AAA. He puts up great numbers, has never really. And there's Stowers with the benefit of the 3 home run game Sunday. Tied with O'Neal Cruz of the Pirates for the most home runs hit in spring training. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, on that list, Wyatt Langford.
Guys are getting deeper into games at this point of the season. You may see the regulars get 4 at-bats today. They may play almost the entire game. For the Dodgers and Padres, it begins tomorrow. For those who don't know, they are in Korea and getting ready to play a couple of games. And I think the first game is like at 6 a.m. Eastern tomorrow.
For a couple of days, obviously, to get used to the change of time.
Bouncer to the right side, and that is through for a base hit for Springer.
It's a very good offensive season for the Blue Jays. They've also hit 31 home runs, and this time Springer just takes that ball away from him and slaps it past the first baseman. Never made a dive for it, but he dives over the top of it.
And as Hazel told you off the top of the show, John Schneider just wanted to take a look at it, just tinkering, see how it looks, see how it feels. Where the 4 guys are going to be, and I think we know Springer's going to be number 1. Most importantly, a grain of salt, but he is 12 for 27 with a couple of home runs.
Yeah, high pitch. He was all over it, just fouled it straight back. Vladdy's worked very hard on keeping his hands quiet. He's in a good spot right now. He understands where his strength lies, and he can hit just about any pitch he sees.
First pitch swinging, drilled towards the right field corner, but it's foul. Fouled off 0-2 on Bichette. Yeah, right now, but things change.
The one thing that John Schneider really likes about Bo Bichette is
we've seen this at bat before a few times, haven't we?
yeah,
how to take cover. She's been doing this long enough. Upstairs off the glove from Rutschman, and he's thrown out.
Yeah, and they want to be aggressive on the bases, but George is safe.
Ooh,
There's
boy.
no question about that, and that's why he was upset. And you know, the Blue Jays have made an effort to clean up their, so the out will stand.
Popped up foul, and this will get out of play as the at bat with Bichette.
Up so many really unnecessary outs on the bases.
Bounced in, 2-2. A couple of times when he was on base and the Blue Jays, or I was on base when the Blue Jays were playing the Dodgers. This one is up the middle, meant right at the bag, and that'll be a double play. So after all that, Urban will.
Were made in his rookie campaign back in 2018. Dan.
Hayes, catcher on this team too, because both of them have catching in their background.
I don't think Varsha would fight for it. I think he'd rather not do it.
Bulk of his playing time. But they might need him at second, and I don't think there's any question. Kevin Biggio is definitely going to play some third base this year. Chance to give each of them a rep at a different position. Strike three called as Bassett.
Number 7 hitter here. Using that fastball, he just drops it on the outside corner and thought it was off the plate, but the ump thought otherwise.
So one down. Here's Heston Kjerstad in 2020. And because it was the COVID year, and then in 2021 he was diagnosed with MI2, put up really good numbers at AA and AAA last year, and another guy trying to punch his way through to the big leagues on what is a very crowded roster.
Yeah, he is just good young players. It's very athletic. Do a lot of things to help you win a game.
And he sends the one into right center past a diving.
And then getting a very effective sequence of pitches.
And really from the moment he started throwing this spring and
into camp in shape to get in shape. So he knows that the rigors of starting in spring training are going to tax your body a little bit more than just working out and throwing bullpens in the sun.
0-2 fouled back. So it's 10 days. And again, for those who didn't hear, John Schneider made the announcement today that Jose Barrios is officially
70 pitches in that outing.
Wow. And again.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of confidence to throw this pitch. It's under 70 miles an hour. That's a terrific weapon for Chris Bassett. Whenever he gets in a tough jam.
His younger brother's name is Ethan, and I think he's draft eligible this coming June. A's, the Rockies, the Cardinals. 2-2. This is lifted way up in the air down the right field line. Kiner for left for out, and Springer over.
Home runs, including his grand slam. Got underneath this slow breaking ball and it hits off that netting. But I told Jackson I had a chance. Sprained his ankle, and that really kind of hurt his performance.
Full count. To go maybe as high as 85. Runner is going, and that's ball 4 outside.
Previous seasons with the Blue Jays.
He is 24 years of old from. That's the change.
Making it to the big leagues.
Rutschman fouls it off to stay alive. Adley Rutschman.
Any fastballs yet?
In the air to right field. Springer looking for it, finds it, and makes the catch. Yeah. Pretty good fudge there, too. Here's Justin Turner to lead off the bottom of the second. Announces for the Blue Jays, and choose the Blue Jays. And I said, yeah. As Turner pops this one up, let's see if there's a play here for Mayo down the line. Didn't spend a ton of time down on the clubhouse. He just couldn't, because everybody would stop him and talk to him, and he couldn't do his work. And I said, really? Why did...
Oh, redhead, that's for sure.
The things you'll learn going through immigration at Terminal 1.
Yeah. No mistaking who's at the plate.
Stays alive, still 1-2. Hit 276 last year.
Season for him. 38 years old last year, and he had a heck of a season. Plus the fact, and you know this, he got hit in the face in spring training.
I remember watching that game wherever I was, and you wondered if he, how serious the injury was going to be.
In there against a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and not have some concerns.
Putting up quite a battle here with Cole Irvin. And he's worked it to a full count in this. And then again, try to get into a good count, get a pitch you can handle, do some damage. Here, he'll ground one to short. Westberg up with it and on to first, one down.
Games, and Justin Turner's responsible for a lot of that conversation.
And to say he is more comfortable in his second year as a Blue Jay would be an understatement. Adjustments is to stop making adjustments, to stop tinkering. He's a tinkerer. He's opened up his stance, and it's just last year popped a ton of balls up. Whoa. Ball goes one way.
And oftentimes, I think too much information can really hamstring players, especially hitters, when they go to the plate. You get so much information. How many times in the last couple of years have you heard players say,